What is good, NIO family? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only NIO stock and break down some absolutely historic numbers because the numbers are suggesting that even though I'm insanely bullish for NIO, it turns out I may not be as bullish enough because this thing may actually go to around $700 a share by 2025. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm not saying it's 100% confirmed, but it is a possibility based off the data we are seeing. Now, before I break down the numbers, before I talk about why I'm still insanely bullish for NIO, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. Firstly, I'm not a financial planner. Don't take any of this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire NIO community as a whole. And the last things, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you're guaranteed up to 10 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500. And the best part is the first 5 will come from Moomoo itself, but 5 of them are also going to come from this bonus wheel right here, which means that you could get 5 free AMC shares, 5 free Apple shares, 5 free Tesla shares or Google shares, and this limited time offer that ends in just 2 weeks. So please check it out before they run out. Moomoo also gives you access to the Hong Kong and Singapore exchanges, so you could buy NIO from those exchanges. And with that out of the way, just remember the offer's almost done. You want to get that free money if you want. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So anyways, looking at NIO, obviously this thing has been on a bit of an upward trend, but now it's starting to show a little bit of weakness. And the way the market works is the market is kind of running in unison, meaning what's happening is the big institutions, big money, they simultaneously buy in at certain periods of time and then they sell at different periods of time as well. And when the SPY and NASDAQ start dropping, a lot of these small to mid caps and other stocks out there have been taking a bit of a hit and they kind of collectively run together. So the market looks a little bit more on the bearish side for July, in my opinion. It's very possible we see this thing actually push NIO down a little bit. But I have not lost any faith whatsoever because long term is still very, very, very bullish for NIO. I'm still very, very impressed with what they're going to do because I want to go back to this right here. I reported this yesterday. If you didn't see this, the dark rectangles represent 2022, the light ones represent 2021, and each of these are the different months. And you could see in the latest month right here, NIO absolutely killed it. And to me personally, this is just a testament that as time goes on, NIO's deliveries are going to keep on getting better and better and better. They're going to keep on pushing for more of those deliveries. If you look at what this article right here is showing, NIO is aiming for 500,000 vehicle production capacity under its new brand, and that's going to be very big. I don't know when they're going to achieve that, but it looks like based off projections, they might actually achieve it sooner than many people expected because I actually calculated this right here. And I showed you when I think they may actually reach that 900,000 to 1.5 million in their deliveries, right? And this is for every single year. Now, when doing this, I calculated the potential revenue and earnings per share and how this could maybe affect the share price, but this may actually be a heavy underestimate of how high this thing could actually go to because if you actually break down the numbers, what I found very interesting is the fact that NIO would be achieving, okay, Tesla had 936,000 deliveries in 2021, and they reached over $1 trillion in market cap. And if NIO reaches that same spectacle, NIO could still be fundamentally stronger than a 2021 Tesla because they would have been investing in so many different things with battery swapping technology and other things like that. So it is possible for NIO to reach that level. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk about in this video. So if we go back here on this Google Doc that I have, once this loads, right here in 2021, right, Tesla had 936,000 deliveries in a year. That's just for that year alone. And it reached a market cap. This was the valuation of all the shares in the company in its entirety of $1.243 trillion. All right. Pretty awesome. They did fantastic. I'm very proud of them. But if you look at NIO, by 2025 or 2026, I predicted and I calculated that it's possible for them to reach around 900,000 vehicles or more during this time frame right here. And this is just about, it's like 3 to 4 years away from now. They might actually achieve this absolute incredible fate. Now, the thing about this is, what would NIO's market cap be? How high would NIO, really reach if it actually achieves this? Because you have to remember the context. NIO may match Tesla's deliveries from 2021 by the time we reach 2025 or 2026, but is NIO really going to be the same as Tesla back then? Now, Tesla is a great company, very, very amazing. But the thing is, during this time, the world was different. NIO by 2025 to 2026 will have lots of battery swapping stations. The cars could be charged or you could swap the batteries. On top of that, they have many different models that are going to be all over the world. They're going to be expanding to tons of different countries all over the world, and they're going to be investing in their AI technology, not to mention, their NIO parks and their communities. I mean, to me personally, NIO is an extremely strong fundamental company. And by 2025 or 2026, it's possible that NIO's fundamentals could be just as strong, if not stronger, than Tesla's from 2021. So it just goes to show that NIO is a monster. And it is possible for NIO to actually reach the same market cap as Tesla, especially if you account for inflation, right? So what would that mean for NIO? If Tesla hit $1.243 trillion for reaching this fundamental level in 2021, what would happen if NIO actually reached that? NIO would be worth about $710 a share. Now, I'm not going to just stop right there and guarantee that, because the problem with NIO is the fact that unfortunately it is based in China. So, for a lot of American investors, that can lead to some speculation, maybe some negative thoughts. And I really understand that. So, the thing is, maybe people are not seeing it as much of as secure, of a company as Tesla. Maybe some people will think things like that. That's okay. So let's just actually go back for a second, because what if NIO just achieved half the market cap that Tesla did? What if it just achieves half of it? Right? I estimated that to be about 600 billion. I kind of rounded the numbers a little bit. Even if NIO is half the size of Tesla, for achieving stronger fundamentals and just as many deliveries by 2025 to 2026, and with inflation and all those things, NIO could still reach $350 a share by 2025 or 2026. Definitely a possibility. But let's just say many big investors aren't as confident. Let's just say NIO only reaches a third of the market cap that Tesla does. Even if that's the case, it would have a $400 billion market cap, and it would still hit over $230 in its share price, maybe even higher than that. Still very realistic, very possible for NIO to achieve that. And that's going to be more than a 10x compared to where the share price is right now. So, still, insanely good return. The company would be very strong. And I think that's actually very realistic and possible. So, I am seeing these two as being the most likely possibilities. But like I said before, this right here is not out of the question. It's also another possibility, right? Now, what would happen if NIO only achieved a quarter of what Tesla did in terms of its market cap? Let's just say NIO achieves the same deliveries, the same everything, and it has new technologies, battery swap stations, it's all over the world. And yet, let's just say hypothetically, it's only a quarter the size that Tesla was in 2021. Let's just go with that. Even if that's the case, okay, even if this is the case, NIO would still achieve $171 a share, which is still incredible, still pretty darn good, considering that this would just be like 4 years away from, not 4 years, 3 to 4 years from right now. Still very much in the realm of possibility. So, do I think that this is how where NIO will be? I don't know for sure, but I do think this may be actually a bit of an underestimate, but it is also possible. And if you consider the fact that NIO, where is it? It's right here. Currently, NIO is at about 21 bucks a share, give or take. So it may end up dropping back down to the teens, maybe the 17, 16 range, very much in the realm of possibility. Hey, that's okay, because you're buying a company that will most likely reach hundreds of dollars a share by the time we get to 2025 or 2026. Maybe higher numbers like this, right? Or even as high as $700 a share if it reaches Tesla's valuation by then, which is also a possibility. Now, what I want to say about this is, look, NIO is a fantastic company. I really admire the company, its fundamentals. The only issue is the fact that for it being listed in China, that has led to a lot of investors being kind of skeptical, and they may think it's a little bit more risky, and I understand that. And NIO understands that, but there's nothing they could do really to change that. So what did NIO do? They listed on different exchanges. They're trying to provide as much transparency for their investors, and they're working hard to kind of deal with the regulations the SEC has imposed on them and Chinese companies. So my thesis is that I don't see NIO getting delisted. I don't think it will on the American exchanges. It's very unlikely unless something insane happens between the two countries, the US and China. I still think it's very unlikely it will go that far. I also believe NIO has insane potential, immense potential. So one shouldn't put all their eggs in one basket. You should be very, very confident and careful with how you invest in companies. But I really believe, based off its fundamentals, based off all these data sources, NIO has the potential to go to many hundreds of dollars a share by the time we hit the year 2025 or 2026. I'm pretty confident NIO can achieve high numbers like this, at least 200 bucks. I'm still very, very bullish. So with that said and done, I did give some projections, not just based off deliveries, but also their revenue and earnings per share. And I found it could easily, or it's very likely it will hit the 200s around this time, maybe much higher, could go as high as 700, maybe even higher than that. Very, very bullish. It's very hard to give a perfect valuation, but I want to be as realistic as possible, so it isn't really far off to say it'll hit 2 or 300 by then, which is still fantastic growth. It's absolutely fantastic. And investing in NIO right now is kind of like investing in in Tesla back in like 2014, 2015 during those times. So with that out of the way, I want to thank you all for listening. Please have an absolutely incredible rest of the day. And please just be assured that NIO is a very strong company fundamentally. It just needs time, and the numbers suggest it has immense potential. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Just enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. NIO to the moon, and peace out.